Right here, we have an image of a Vincent Van Gogh painting. Sunflowers, in fact. It's one in a line. I believe that there is 7. They were painted in August of 1888. That was a long old time ago, okay? And you'd think, what's the relevance of any of this stuff? Well, it in fact got a bit of an upgrade. It got a little bit of an alteration, is maybe something to say, because this timeless piece of work has just been destroyed by a couple of women who have never heard the term accountability in their entire life and has never ever had it applied to them. Let's take a look at the video. So this happened early today, right? Like early this morning, this timeless work of art was hanging in, I do believe, the Museum of London for a lot of people to see. And then some fucking stupid activists decided to turn up and ruin everybody's fucking day by pouring tomato soup over top of it just to scream and yell. And yeah, they applied whatever fucking, super strength glue, gorilla glue, which I don't know, they should have just put on the fucking side of their face and spared everybody some time. But they got exactly what they wanted, because you can see the lenses of the cameras that are there, and not a security guard in sight. I don't know, they're right at the perfect height. You shouldn't even have to wait for the police officers to show up, because we got pictures of them as well. You could be able to take a nice running dash at them right from the side and knee them in the side of the fucking head, get both of them at the same time, and then rip their hands right off. Like, you've seen it before in a whole bunch of films that are out there, right? The skin on the hand just comes off right like a glove, so you could facilitate for them. Or that for them. They want to just stop oil? Well, here, how about start some fucking pain? Just Stop Oil activists throw tomato soup on Van Gogh's 76 million pound sunflowers at the National Gallery before hurling paint over Met Police's New Scotland Yard site. Yep, destroy 2 works. Like, okay, what's the sign really? Okay, but everybody knows the New Scotland Yard sign. You can probably already picture it in your head. It's been in many pieces of media. It is internationally renowned as a symbol of European police work, which we're seeing degrade by the day in front of our own very eyes. But what we're missing here is the fact that everybody who's carrying this shit out is either bitched up dudes or they're just women with exercising what is the most predominant force today is female privilege. Let's fucking keep it a buck right here, okay? These white liberal women think that they can get away with everything. Case in point, one of the protesters, the one with the pink hair, we'll be seeing her a couple of different times because this bitch is out here causing a fucking muck for everybody. And this is what happens, okay? Because these women, these ones in particular, they have so many things that they could be taking care of themselves. And they're young, right? They're 21 and 20 years old, respectively. That's the only type of respect they're going to be getting here, proper characterization of the facts. But instead of, I don't know, maybe going to school, okay, working on a relationship, starting a family, anything, that would help society in some form or fashion, no, just go out there and destroy a timeless work of art because oil painting in the 1800s somehow affects how now today we shouldn't be drilling for any new natural resources. Cool. I hope the prison cell that you go to doesn't get heat in it this winter. I'm just saying, a tit for tat. You want to make sure that there's no natural resources extracted from the ground? Bet. It all starts with you. Just Stop Oil protesters threw Heinz tomato soup at Van Gogh's sunflowers in the National Gallery in central London have been arrested for criminal damage and aggravated trespass. Ooh! The duo, named by pressure group as Anna Holland and Phoebe Plummer, threw 2 tins of Heinz tomato soup at the iconic 76 million pound painting this morning before gluing themselves to a wall inside the gallery. Should have set them on fire after pouring shit over top of them, because I'm about done with this shit. We've seen this stuff happen a whole bunch of times. What was it? Somebody threw a pie at, I don't think it was the Mona Lisa, but there's been similar shit like this happening from a bunch of different activists. Talked about it before. There was this one fucking airhead who was out here, some derivative of Extinction Rebellion, whatever the fuck it was. Oh, Stop UK Private Jets. That's what the fuck it was. Some bitch who dropped out of fucking medical school, okay, only to simulate pouring refuse over the top of a World War II vet who raised like a few £100,000 for the NHS. Yeah, really making a fucking difference there. But again, it's all of these broads who just think that they can get away with anything. You need to bend to our will because our fathers didn't set us straight, if you even knew them. We were just allowed to do whatever the fuck we wanted in our life. We never faced repercussions for it. So now everybody else has to bend to our whims, and we don't care how much priceless artwork gets taken out as a consequence. comes as activists continue with their relentless campaigns of chaos, with today's attacks marking the 14th consecutive day of protests, which have caused a mayhem across the Capitol. You see anybody who looks like this, somebody who's just so obviously on a handful of SSRIs, don't let them into the museum, okay? Don't even let them near anything of significance, okay? Climate change stunt at the National Gallery saw the two Just Stop Oil demonstrators glue themselves to the floor after pouring soup over the iconic Van Gogh. Yeah, and there she is right there, knowing that, yeah, no, I'll just go away for a couple of seconds, okay? Throwing up the white power sign just behind her back. I know everything's going to be fine. Don't even worry about it. I don't know if that's a gang sign affiliated with this stupid fucking organization who's already getting way too much clout right now. The fact that anybody knows of this shit, and take a look at, oh yeah, exactly. Very, very strong Metropolitan Police Department you have right there. Thank God that these were two fucking over-medicated, over-drugged activists, because God willing, there's some real shit that goes down. I'm sure fucking Soy Jack out there in the front. Oh yeah, he's out there looking for the trolley to take her away. Fucking worthless shit. And there's one. Yeah, you know, it's normally, you know, a black cube sitting out there for New Scotland Yard. I guess that's orange paint or some shit like that. I don't know why they get such wonderful shots like this, because you would have to set up this shot in order to get such a high quality picture right there. But again, nope, take a look. A demure white woman, and there it is, causing so much damage, and some guy who's just fucking working for the Parks Department, probably making way more money than he probably should, is going to end up spending an inordinate amount of time cleaning all this fucking dumb shit up. Why? It really begs the question, like, what are these people actually hoping to accomplish with all this stuff? You can't drill for oil anymore. Okay, cool. Well, we're kind of in the middle of a crisis right now. Winter is coming. Heating prices are going to be through the roof. People are going to fucking freeze this winter, and you're over here with your green agenda because the conservatives cracked the fucking door open and let all you radicals in? All right, bet. But yeah, all of this shit continues to happen. Like, this stuff has been happening for years. You've seen it a couple of different times. I think it was in Italy where it just looked like some fucking gabagool appreciator just had enough and fucking hiked up his sleeves and just yanked these fucking degenerate, these soy-based life forms. Like, how heavy can vegans be? Not really, but you can sure as fuck see them fly. And they just all look like the saddest, non-thinking people imaginable. Where's Daryl Brooks when you need him? Police say the work of art was unharmed, but some minor damage was caused to the frame. The National Gallery said this evening that Sunflowers was back on display and undamaged. Good. Good. I would have thought that there was probably some protective screening that's on there, but that doesn't fucking matter. They still had the intention to go down there and damage a priceless work of art. For what? For fucking what? What are you hoping to accomplish? Scotland Yard added 2 women were arrested for criminal damage and aggravated trespass. They have been taken into police custody. Okay, T-minus how long before they're released back onto the streets in order to do some dumb shit? Just join in one of these fucking sit-downs where you block a road, making more vehicles idle and making their commute longer. Who are you hoping to impress with this stuff? Who are you hoping to win over? But these guys will never face any repercussions. Never, ever, ever. Because you remember the name Phoebe there, the one with the pink hair. She'll be making another reappearance here in a very short amount of time. But if you were to just run over the trash in the middle of the road, okay, take care of some of the littering that's down there, you would go away for a very long time. Meanwhile, these strong, brave people sitting down, blocking traffic, if there was an ambulance in any form or fashion, they would continue to sit there because they're narcissistic goals, which they probably couldn't articulate. None of these people can ever articulate a point. They can only just fill up fucking space. You've seen image after image, video after video of these people just dead waiting whenever they're, picked up and forcibly removed and then shuffle back only to just pick up their stupid little fucking sign. They probably only know 3 words, nothing else. All of the other drugs have taken over their prefrontal cortex. They can't figure any shit out other than, I'm here to make sure that there's going to be a world. For who? You don't have any kids. Your cats are eventually going to fucking die. And somebody else is going to buy the box wine. Nobody's going to mourn your loss. Met Police spokeswoman. Of course. Said 2 protesters have been arrested following the incident at the National Gathering. Just Stop Oil protesters entered the National Gallery at around 11 a.m. and threw substance over Van Gogh Sunflowers painting before gluing themselves to a wall opposite it. Actually just down from it, because I'd seen the video and everybody else did as well. She added, specialist officers have now unglued them. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Should call the fire department to make sure that they have the sharpest axes. Actually, dullest axes. Rustiest as well. Some minor damage to the frame, but the painting is unharmed. Meanwhile, the Met Police Department added a further 24 protesters had been arrested on suspicion of conspiracy to commit criminal damage as the activists sprayed orange paint and New Scotland Yard's revolving sign and willful obstruction of a highway after they sat down in the carriageway outside New Scotland Yard. All it takes is one of them to become an example. I'm just saying. Because they always get treated with kid gloves. You never, ever, ever hear, whenever it's one of these leftist activists, any of the police taking excessive force. But I seem to have a little bit of a memory, okay? This might be a different place. I'm sure it probably happened there in the UK as well at around the same time. But back when there were fierce COVID restrictions going on, especially in Canada, there were police just knocking down doors, raiding churches for holding service. They could give less of a fuck, tearing people out of their homes. It could have even been extended family members, but if you have more than 5 people inside your house at one given time, we need to go ahead and take 2 out and then find the rest of the people in here. But no, this fucking weirdo with her rampant entitlement just gets politely moved across the street. Unfucking believable. There's a nice little bench right there that looks like it would just make a wonderful headrest. Just saying. But yeah, this is what these fucking losers do, okay? And then the other simps that are sitting right beside them. Oh, just dead weight. Oh my god. Oh, your oil is killing everything. Cool. You know, all of those clothes that you're wearing aren't possible without natural resources being extracted and created. Just saying. Have fun running around looking like a fucking Harfoot from Rings of Power, because God knows those motherfuckers are going to need to find some work over the next 2 years. Jesus fucking Christ. I'd talk about that. I've only listened to a couple of reviews of it, but holy shit, that sounds like a fucking disaster. But look at her right there. Okay, not a terrible looking girl, okay? Like, if I didn't know the fact that she's utterly deranged, she's decent looking, right? She is somebody who has probably never been told no in her entire fucking life. Pretty privilege fucking exists. That's why she was so entitled to go down there with a fucking paint sprayer to just shit on one of the most iconic figures of authority and respect. Think of the police in the current state of what you will, but the New Scotland Yard has a certain level of respect, and she just decided to cover it in paint because, I don't know, the world's getting warmer in their eyes, I guess. Whatever. Some of the demonstrators glued themselves to the road outside the police headquarters. Sweet. All we need is somebody with 27 supercars and a Bugatti to roll through who had a couple of kind things to say about people sitting in the middle of the road. Anyways, with specialist officers having been called in to remove them. Yes, officers with large, well-padded Timberlands with ankle support. Just Stop Oil said the stunt was part of a sustained campaign to get the government to stop all new oil and gas projects. After throwing soup on the painting, which has a glass cover, protester Phoebe Plummer, 21, yelled, "What is worth more, art or life? Yours?" Because the painting is 76 million, and you are a repeat offender. Do you want me to make the choice in public? Is it worth more than food? Well, you just threw some away, so again, you're not really thinking all of this stuff through. More than justice? What are you talking about? Because if it was a just system, you're a repeat offender. You'd be thrown away for a very long time. Are you more concerned about the protection of a painting or the protection of our planet and people? Yes, because Van Gogh, noted oil extractor, one of the first people to ever set up an oil derrick, right? Just fuck off. The cost of living crisis is a part of the cost of oil crisis. Yes, the world runs on natural resources. Fucking figure that out. That cheap set of earrings that you bought at Claire's Accessories, those were created from petroleum products, okay? These idiots don't fucking think. And you wonder why I'm so harsh and I like to point out all of the red flags that are there for a woman. Oh, somebody who turns recreational drug use into a lifestyle? Alright, bet. Drinks as well, long fingernails, bunch of knacker tattoos. Oh, yeah, all of that stuff, all of that plastic stuff that you're wearing right there, and, you know, the materials needed in order to give you those shit fucking dolphin whale tattoos. I don't know. Are you just looking for a reminder of what you're going to look like in a couple of years? All right, bet. They're only possible because of natural resources. And that phone that you're using too, whole bunch of those went into the creation of that. But they don't think this far ahead. They just get their little buzzwords. They just get their little NPC updates, and they're just allowed to go out there, espouse whatever they fucking want, and they'll never face repercussions for it. Because, again, this isn't the first stunt. She was one of those folks sitting out there in the middle of the fucking road, okay, wearing all of her fucking disgusting attire. Yeah, that was on October 8th, 6 fucking days ago. And then back out on the street again in an attempt to destroy something that's almost worth $100 million fucking dollars. Hear an awful lot of yapping when it comes to toxic masculinity. I give you my take on it. The men need to be better in control of their emotions, even though society has told them year after year, decade after decade, that they need to be more in touch with their feminine side, and that a strong man, a good man, is an emotionally stable man. And here on the other side, well, you've obviously got an entitled woman trying to foist her opinions. And she's 20 or 21, whatever. She is legally she can vote. These type of people can fucking vote, by the way, and still will be able to. I'm sure next week she'll probably have something other fucking goofy shit to do. Never contributing to society. Always trying to take it away, but then always thinking that they have the best opinions that are out there. But like I was stating, you hear an awful lot of talk about how men need to be better, men need to improve. And if you're hearing that advice from the trad cucks that are out there, it's more for the service of women. Women like that. How about the time comes, and hey, I'll be willing to opine on the topic. Why don't we start talking about toxic femininity, this overwhelming sense of entitlement that's out there? Because yeah, if we're talking about a sense of superiority that's out there in culture, I present you with exhibit number 1, Your Honor. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.